Hey everyone, your Chief Justice Octopups here. I know it's been a long time since you've seen me on the channel. In fact, it's been so long that the last time I was here regularly and actually hosting shows, this guy was still president. And amazing as that is, I just got one question for you. What did y'all do? How did we get here? You tell me. Had to start off with a little brevity. Anyway, I just wanted to come in and talk to you guys. It's been a long time since there have been regular shows and regular updates on the channel. But I wanted to take some time to address a few things. What's been going on, how we're going to move forward, and what the future holds. So right now, we are in the midst of finally getting to the as we say in the South, the short rows of our Peregrine Wings of the Falcon campaign. And one of the beautiful things about this is I've enjoyed what we've done. I have not enjoyed the lateness of delivering, obviously. I want to be very clear about things before I get too far into the weeds of the why I haven't had as much involvement in it as I would like to, and why Xavier had to take over most of the heavy lifting on this as far as fulfillment goes. The original intent was that I was going to handle fulfillment mostly by myself, and Xavier would come and help when he could. Because of life circumstances, which I'll get into in a moment, that didn't work out, unfortunately. So while yes, some of the comments that have been made on the campaign and in emails have said it's taken you 6 months to fulfill the campaign. Yes, that is true. The however on that is that of those 6 months, a day and a half of those days have been used for fulfillment, because Xavier needs to drive quite a while, about 8 hours, to go from where he lives to come down to North Carolina where the fulfillment is being done. Currently, fulfillment is being done in the facility owned by the Hat Man, who is Micah Curtis's business partner. The reason that was because they decided to help me out during, honestly, one of the worst trials of my life up so far. And I hope it remains the worst, because Lord knows I don't want anything to get any worse than what I went through, for me or for anybody else for that matter. So that's the story on that. Fulfillment has gone well, and I can tell you today there are roughly a little over 300 orders to go, and fulfillment on that campaign will be done. And as I promised, there will be no more campaigns until this one is finished and fulfilled. I won't even launch a mailing list or anything else until this is finished and fulfilled. I do have plans for a second chance campaign and a digital campaign, but once again, that will not happen until these books are finished and fulfilled. They're out the door and they're on the way to people who order. So I'll make that very clear. That was said in the last update, and that's the way it's going to be. I just want to make sure that everybody understands that. Now, as far as what's been going on, like I said, it's been quite a while since I've hosted any kind of video or things of that nature. Maybe a brief little one back in December, I believe I did, a little short, making fun of listicles on Screen Rant, I believe. The situation has been pretty bad, to say the least. In November of 2021, my father got ill, and he went to the hospital. And at the time, we were told that it was a possibility that he had leukemia. So I made the choice then, and I told everybody involved that I was going to take some time and deal with this, and do whatever needed to be done to help my father. Unfortunately, about a month later, when we got the good news that it wasn't leukemia, the problem never got solved, which was low blood counts, things of that nature. And it seemed like whatever he had previously to make him go into the hospital just wasn't quite kicking off. And then I would say about a month later, my mother started having health problems as well that we couldn't figure out what the problem was. So she was in and out of the hospital, and so was my father. So until this was going on for months and months and months, in and out of hospital, blood transfusions, emergency room visits, constant. It was like every week there was something going on, and it's honestly amazing that I'm still here and still sane. That's, I would hope that that's what a son would do for their parents. I know some people have different relationships with their parents and whatnot, but I did what I had to do for my loved ones. Bad news is during all this. Bad news. I hate to even bring it up, but it is what it is. Is this man, my father, Bruce Wayne Gay, passed away in September of 2022. He fought as long and hard as he could. He was a fighter to the end. It turns out that whatever the problem was may have originated with his spleen, because in mid-August, after he got from going from one hospital to a rehab facility, back to the hospital, and then sent to our state's best university hospital, if not one of the best in the world, University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill. It was determined that his spleen was bleeding, and they tried to embolize it, but in the process of that, the spleen began to rupture, and they had to take it out. But by that time, his whatever infection he had, whatever his counts were so low, it took a toll. And this was after in June, middle of June, because it was on my birthday, ironically enough, the middle of June of 2021. Yeah, I said 2022 earlier. I meant 2021. In June of 2021, June the 19th, which is my birthday, he had a heart valve stent put in because they said he had an aneurysm in one of his heart valves. The surgery went well. In fact, this picture was taken the same day he got out of the hospital. And as you can see, he looks pretty good shape. And for the week that he was out of the hospital, that we were at home, we were getting along good. Mom was in the hospital at the time, unfortunately. So what it is what it is, and it happened. The unfortunate thing throughout all this is that my mom and dad they didn't get to see each other for 4 months, and she didn't get to see him before he passed away. I will say that September 3rd, 2021 was literally the worst day of my life. And what's sad about it is, getting back to kind of tying this up with the fulfillment, is in June when my dad came home, I was just about getting the books ready for print, because the print file had finally been fixed, and there was a lot of back and forth with that. My dad was going to be out of work for at least 6 weeks. His plan was to go back to work. He was feeling good, right? And I said, well, I got these books coming in. I need somebody to help me. If you're willing to help, he was absolutely thrilled. He said, oh, I would love to help you. You're giving me something to do, But it is what it is, And I know he would have if he could have. So when it came down to it, I had everything here except the books. When it came time, I had to order the books. It was middle of September. I was planning a funeral. My mom had just got home from the hospital. We're grieving. Because you could say I still am grieving to a degree. So we got home, trying to deal with all this. And thankfully, Micah Curtis and Atman, his partner, said that they would be willing to help with fulfillment. And Xavier brought down a U-Haul truck, picked up all the all the stuff that I had, the Gemini mailers, the posters, and everything else that that I had except for the books. The books got delivered directly to Hat Man's facility, and they went and they got started on it. And there's been a rocky road. I'm not gonna deny that. There's some decisions that we made that might not have been the best decisions, and we fixed those as we went along. But now we've got a better understanding of how to do fulfillment, and that's what we're going to do from this point forward. This will not take fulfillment will not take 6 to 7 months ever again. You never have to worry about that again. Because we still plan to do books. We got a script already in the hopper. Preliminary work will be started on it relatively soon. But that's neither here nor there. The question is now, what are we doing? What's been going on? Well, I ain't gonna lie to you. Things haven't been so great. At least around here personally. I mean, I've done the best I can. And one of the biggest things that I have a problem with is asking for help. And I will have a link in the description below for this, but I did have to start a GoFundMe for me and my mother. And as you see, the goal seems to be very substantial, but I'll just understand that this is a realistic thing for us, for me and my mother. We're trying to get all of his estate and stuff taken care of, and also where she can feel a little bit more comfortable where she's at, because there's been no income coming in. I've had to become a full-time caregiver. My mom has been very sick. I've had to. It's basically once my dad passed away, it rolled right into having to take care of my mom. She had to go back in the hospital at one point for a blocked intestine. So that was another surgery that she had to have. And as she was recovering from that, they suggested she go into rehab for a little bit. And against our better judgment, we decided to do so. A couple of weeks after being in rehab, she developed a very bad pneumonia. And when I say very bad, we're talking very serious, to the point of we don't know if she was going to make it. But she did. She got out in December, and she's doing relatively better. She can't be left alone. She still needs help doing a lot of things around the house. She can walk pretty good with a walker, but she's not somebody I can leave alone. So, going out and getting a job at the moment is not very viable. I'm looking into some things about getting some caregiver benefits and whatnot. However, that's, still being worked on. I'm working on other financial things. So, like I said, link will be in the description below for this and for this GoFundMe. And I hope if anybody could at least share it out. That's all I ask. If you could share it out, that would be amazing. And, we greatly appreciate it. So the big question is, what's going on? What's going on with the channel and things like that? As you know, the channel's been kind of stagnant, but you might have seen some things that are popping up here and there on here, like stuff from what we call our bully nights on Twitch, things like that. Xavier has been doing a bang-up job of running the Twitch channel that we started a few months back, just to keep the gaming stuff, live gaming stuff over there, and we upload the VODs over here. And some fun clips and things like that. And I've been playing over there too. But once again, I haven't been in the host capacity for a while. So the question is, what's going to happen now? Well, like I said, a lot of the stuff that I got going on is I don't have a lot of time in the day, but I usually have the mornings open. So I want to come back. I want to come back doing shows. But the best way to do it for me right now is to do them in the morning. So that's what I'm going to do. Starting tomorrow on 4/12, which ironically is my dad's birthday, we were going to start doing a morning show. Going to be a nice, calming affair. We're going to talk about, the stuff we used to talk about regularly and all that good stuff. But mostly, just a good wake up, have a good time, good day. People want to come on, promote their books, they're more than welcome. And even if that's kind of like an early thing, hey, send me your trailer. Send me the trailer for your book. I'll be glad to run it during the show. That's no problem at all. I want people to succeed. I want people to have a chance to make a living doing comic books. Because as it stands right now, look at where we're at. A lot of things have been going on. People getting canceled left and right. People losing their campaigns. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And the only way we can fight back is being loud. So we're not backing down. And it's time to start. We were one of the channels that was really big into promoting. Now, we used to jokingly say that, we were the kingmakers. It was a meme, But the real kingmakers are the people there, the people in chat, people who come and watch our show, the people who back these books. Y'all are the kingmakers. You decide who you want to back and who you don't want to back. My job is to bring you relevant information and hope you would use that to make your own decisions. Will we still make fun of the mainstream stupidity? Absolutely. Will we still maybe touch the drama a little bit? Sure, if it's relevant, But my big thing is now, let's get back to work. Let's get back to doing what we're doing. Let's try to be entertaining again, So that's about it. Like I said, this is going to be scheduled for 10 a.m. Eastern, and that's about when we're going to start doing the morning show. I hope and pray that there's still some people out there who are still subscribed to us and that will come and check us out, because I would like this to be a success, and I really would enjoy seeing you people again, because I've missed you guys. I really have. And like I said, there'll be some changes here and there, and being a morning show, obviously it's a little bit different, so we're gonna have some fun though, I think. So I will be more than happy to see y'all tomorrow, and hope y'all have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you soon. Goodbye.